There's an anchor at the bottom of the Pacific, half a mile down, somewhere unnamed in the ocean where sunlight never reaches. Tied to that anchor, there's a couple, Tom and Jackie Hawks. Him, 57 years old. Her, 47. Bound back to back, blindfolded, hands clasped together, dragged into the depths while they were still conscious. Their bodies were never found, and it all started with a yacht, a dream, and a smiling young couple who showed up with a 1-year-old daughter in their arms. If this kind of story moves you, real stories, told from the inside, hit like right now, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Every one of those actions helps this channel keep bringing you files that most people will never hear about. Welcome to Concealed File. Newport Beach, California, 1986. A chilly festival had taken over the boardwalk. Tom Hawks, 39, a former parole officer, a man used to sniffing out trouble before it showed up, had brought his teenage kids to the beach for a different kind of weekend. That's where his trained eyes stopped scanning the crowd and locked onto one direction. Jackie, 29 years old, radiant that afternoon. 3 years later, they got married. For Tom, it was a fresh start on life. For Jackie, it was something she'd already given up on. 10 years earlier, an accident had left her unable to have children. Tom's kids started calling her mom. A family built on the wreckage of two hard stories. In 2002, the kids went their own ways. Tom and Jackie did the opposite of what most couples do once they're alone. They sold the house, pooled every cent they had, and bought a used yacht. They named the boat Well-Deserved. For 2 years, that hull of wood and salt became their only address. The California coast, Mexico, endless sunsets. It felt like they'd finally found what they'd been chasing their whole lives. And that's exactly the kind of peace danger loves to hide in. In 2004, one of Tom's kids announced they were expecting. They were going to be grandparents. Overnight, the dream of sailing lost its pull against a bigger one. They decided to sell the yacht and listed it for $500,000 in a fishing magazine. It didn't take long for an interested couple to show up. Skylar and Jennifer. Young, smiling, with a 1-year-old daughter and another baby on the way. They seemed eager to close the deal. Everything seemed too perfect. Then, silence. Calls that went unanswered. Messages that vanished into nothing. Dennis, Tom's brother and a former police chief, went down to the marina himself. What he found made no sense. The yacht rocking on the waves, ropes hanging in strange places, tarps and towels scattered across the deck. Tom would never leave it looking like that. There was no one on board. Dennis left a note asking to be contacted. Hours later, Jennifer called, confirming the purchase, but saying she hadn't seen Tom and Jackie since the day of the sale. Her voice sounded innocent. But Dennis's instincts, sharpened by decades on the force, told him otherwise. With no proof at all, he called his brother's accountant, just to confirm the date of the sale. The answer chilled him. Not a single deposit had ever hit Tom's account. Dennis brought in the police. The disappearance was officially reported. The investigation started digging, and what surfaced was a very different picture from the one Skylar and Jennifer showed the world. Skylar, 25, had a heavy criminal record, armed robbery, years behind bars. Called in for questioning, Skylar's calm was unsettling. He claimed that on November 15th, the group had taken a test cruise on the yacht, closed the deal, handed over a briefcase of cash, and signed the paperwork. Tom and Jackie, he said, had then driven off toward Mexico. But one detail bothered the police. Where had $500,000 in cash come from? Skylar's first explanation was bizarre. He claimed he'd been a child actor on Power Rangers and had saved up a fortune from the job. Nobody bought it. Under pressure, he admitted the truth. He'd robbed a drug dealer and used the money to buy the yacht, planning to resell it to launder the cash. The police let him go for now. Days later, the media ran photos of Tom and Jackie. And then came the twist. The car that supposedly carried them to Mexico was found parked on a Mexican street, registered to Skylar, not Tom. He was arrested on the spot. A warrant let investigators search the couple's home. Inside, cameras and laptops that belonged to Tom and Jackie. Things nobody just forgets when they sell a boat. Meanwhile, Jennifer appeared on television, putting on a show of worry. The police already knew it was all an act. Then they went after the weakest link. The notary, under pressure, confessed she'd never been on the boat. She'd been paid to forge the documents. She'd never even laid eyes on Tom and Jackie. The friend, once he learned the whole scheme had unraveled, decided to talk too, after negotiating a reduced sentence. And what he revealed was even more disturbing. Skylar had presented himself as a professional hitman, claiming he had a contract to kill a dangerous couple. He offered $1 million for help carrying it out. The friend agreed. Skylar had also recruited another man, big, quiet. The three of them built the plan together. And that's when the true scale of the horror began to surface. Tom was a former parole officer, trained to sense danger. On the day of the test cruise, something bothered him right away. Why were three men showing up to represent the buyers, when it was a couple who'd negotiated the deal? He tried to cancel the trip. Skylar moved faster. He called Jennifer, who came rushing over, pregnant belly and toddler in her arms. Jackie melted at the sight of the baby. Seeing his wife so happy, Tom gave in. After all, there was even a child there. What could possibly go wrong? As soon as the cruise began, Jennifer claimed her daughter was fussy and would stay on shore. Tom and Jackie headed out to sea, alone with the three men. Far from the coast, the attack came. Skylar and the big man took Tom down to the lower deck. Sounds of a struggle echoed through the hull. The friend held Jackie down on deck. When the two men came back up without Tom, the signal was clear. Jackie begged. She asked why they were doing this. She said she'd just held their baby girl in her arms. That all they wanted was to go home to see their own kids, and the grandchild who was about to be born. No answers ever came. Only ropes, gags, blindfolds. Skylar steered the yacht out to a spot where the ocean ran nearly 1,000 meters deep. There, alone with his wife for one last moment, Tom squeezed Jackie's hand and promised that whatever happened, they'd stay together. Back on deck, the couple was forced to sign over the yacht's transfer papers and documents that gave Skylar full access to their bank accounts. That's when Jackie, on purpose, misspelled her own last name, left out a single letter. A small gesture, almost invisible, but it carried a silent message. I was forced to do this. The friend brought up the anchor. They tied Tom and Jackie together, back to back. She begged one last time. Tom tried to fight back. He even landed a kick on Skylar, but he was overpowered again. The heavy chain was thrown into the sea. Tom tried to hold onto the deck with everything he had left. It wasn't enough. The weight of the anchor dragged them both, still conscious, still holding hands, down into the freezing water. Eyes blindfolded, air escaping in bubbles, until nothing was left but the silence of the ocean. And as the couple vanished into the depths, Skylar celebrated at the rail of the boat, watching the last bubbles rise to the surface. Jennifer wasn't just a supporting player. The idea, in fact, had reportedly been hers. She was the one who used her own daughter as bait to put Jackie at ease and convince Tom to go through with the cruise. Throughout the killing, Skylar called her for updates and instructions. Later, police found the couple's personal camcorder. On it, a painful recording. Jackie sang an emotional goodbye to the yacht, happy they'd found good buyers, eager to finally meet her grandchild. And right after, recorded over those final images, without hesitation, without remorse, Skylar and Jennifer celebrating Thanksgiving with their daughter. Exactly 12 days after they murdered Tom and Jackie, justice came. The friend received 20 years in prison. Jennifer was sentenced to life without parole. Skylar and his accomplice were sentenced to death. But the bodies of Tom and Jackie were never found. They remain, to this day, somewhere unnamed in the ocean. A grave with no headstone, no goodbye, no hug from the grandchild they dreamed so badly of meeting. Tom and Jackie Hawk sold everything they had to live a dream. They sailed for 2 years. They decided to head back to land to meet their grandchild. And they were killed by a couple who used their own daughter as bait. The camcorder with Jackie's final footage still exists. The documents with her deliberately misspelled last name still exist. The sentences have been handed down, but the anchor is still down there, half a mile deep, at the bottom of the Pacific, with the couple who just wanted to go home. This is the kind of crime that doesn't end with a sentence. It ends, if it ever does, when someone finally answers for why a 1-year-old child was used as a murder weapon. No one has answered that yet. Drop a comment and let us know what you thought of this case. Had you heard the story of Tom and Jackie before? If this file stuck with you, hit like right now, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell. Every week, there's a real story waiting to be told. Stories that stayed hidden. Stories that need to be heard. And the next one might be exactly the one you never knew you needed to know. File closed. For now, concealed file, where the truth always surfaces.